This is the Task Force Sampaguita. Our national symbols represent our ideals and sovereignty as a nation. One of them is the Sampaguita flower, known to many as the national flower that symbolizes purity, simplicity, humility, and strength. But more often than not, Sampaguita has been associated with children, and not for a good reason. Most Sampaguita vendors are children since they are more distressing to look at than adult vendors. Children are used as bait or a marketing ploy to lure sales, exposing them to unhealthy and dangerous working environment. Most of the time, the parents of these young vendors could be seen in the vicinity, supervising their children, letting them to be exposed to both mental and physical effects. On August 5, Mayor Joy Belmonte herself reported to PESO and SSDD the alarming rise of children selling Sampaguita in Tomas Morato and nearby areas. This has prompted both the PESO and SSDD to conduct joint surveillance on that same day from August 5 to 7 of 2022. In the surveillance conducted, the team encountered families, most of whom employed their children for selling Sampaguita and even encouraged them to beg. Also, one of the most surprising facts is that most of them are not Quezon City residents. To address this alarming concern, the Quezon City Project Implementation Committee and the concerned barangays have been invited for a consultative meeting. After hearing all the suggestions and inputs of the stakeholders, the Office of the City Mayor convened several department and office heads for a meeting last August 18, 2022. During the said meeting, Mayor Joy Belmonte determined the need to create an interagency task force for the special protection of street children and child laborers in order to strengthen collaboration and measures through strategic partnerships, intense advocacy, and action at all levels of the city government. It is now known as Task Force Sampaguita. The Executive Order Number 41 Series of 2022 was signed last September 9 by the Honorable City Mayor. It is an order creating the Quezon City Interagency Task Force for the special protection of street children and child laborers. The task force shall be composed of the following. The City Mayor shall serve as the chairperson, the head of Public Employment Service Office as co-chairperson, the head of Social Services Development Department as vice chairperson, and PESO as Technical Working Group Secretariat. And here are the following members. Here are some of the functions of the task force: formulation of a local action plan, policy guidelines and programs, rescue and provision of necessary post-rescue interventions, citywide profiling and referral of street children and child labor cases, local advocacy campaigns and information dissemination on child rights, child labor, and anti-mendicancy law. In this executive order, there shall be a referral system for the integrated provision of city services to eligible beneficiaries. And finally, these are the initial proposals and priorities of this task force. Quezon City Anti-Mendicancy Ordinance. The use of QC Helpline 122 to report abuse and exploitation of children. dialogue with vloggers and content creators against exploitative practices of romanticizing and profiteering from the situation of the disadvantaged children. The Quezon City Child Labor-Free Seal for Business Establishments, and an intensified public information campaign against mendicancy and child exploitation. Task Force Sampaguita para sa mas makabatang Quezon City.